What's going on, guys? It's me, Jerlana Fan 2016 here, and today we have another model plane review for you guys. Today I'll be reviewing the NG Models 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Lockheed L-1011-1 Tristar. Super excited to review this model for you guys. This is a very cool model I have in my Delta Airlines retro collection, and overall, I think I got a very nice model in my Delta Airlines retro fleet, a wide-body L-1011 Tristar. So, super excited to get into this model review. So with that being said, you know the drill. We're gonna get started with the box. And we're going to proceed like so. So here's the box of the model itself, looking very nice, and I do like the style of it. So you got the Lockheed L-1011-1 tiles right there, as you can see, and there's the Lockheed logo right there. You also got the L-1011 Tristar logo as well, so it shows like a bird, and it says like L-1011 Tristar right there. You got the CGI image of the aircraft. You got like all like the designs of Delta's widget livery. So this is like their 1960s widget livery. So very nice livery for this aircraft, and if you pair it with a bicentennial aircraft, then it'll show you all like the various like bicentennials. You have the stars, and then the We the People, 1976 to, or not 1776 to 1976. So that would be this box right there. You got the Delta Airlines logo right there. You got the NG Models logo right there. 1/4 scale collectible model, die-cast metal. You got the aircraft registration, which is November 725 Delta Alpha. Here's one side right there. Oops, did I accidentally did something? Okay, let me just wipe this off real quick. Here's another side right there. You got the Delta Airlines logo. Here's the top side, and this is like the left side. Yeah, left side. Moving on to the back, it's pretty much the same back. You got the NG logo on the top left corner, and then you have your warning hazards and their social media pages, and the item number of this model is 31025. So very nice box design, and overall I think NG Models did a fantastic job on the box art. So as I pull up the model, there she is. So as you can see, this is the NG Delta L-1011 Tristar, which honestly I think NG Models did a fantastic job on designing these L-1011s. They make a couple like retro L-1011s from all over the globe, and yeah, a lot of people are fans of really like the Delta L-1011s from NG, so really glad to have one in my collection. So I think this came out in the July 2022 releases alongside the bicentennial aircraft, which I think JJ Skippy already had uploaded his review on the L-1011 Tristar. So if you haven't seen that video, then you can check it out, but I'll be reviewing this one without the bicentennial title since I had this aircraft. So, with that being said, let's get started with the review. So you got the cockpit windows right there, you got the nose shape of the aircraft, looking very nice for NG standards with their L-1011s. This is the black area, the black sheet that protects the cockpit from the sun. So this is the anti-glare shield right there. You got the emergency exit door right there. You got a very nice look at the chrome. So this side is like fully chrome, which it's absolutely nice. NG chrome really hits different. You also got the 725 tiles right there alongside the nose landing gear door. That's the nose landing gear door, and then there's the nose landing gear itself. You got some very nice details from the pitot tubes all the way to the static ports, excuse me. Here's your top antenna right there. You got your L1 boarding door and the Delta widget tiles right there. You got your blue cheat line, which runs from the front to like the very back, and then you got a small red cheat line right there. Moving on to the middle section of the aircraft, we got your Rolls-Royce RB211 engines with the Delta Airlines logo right there. The sounds on these RB211s on these L-1011s sounds very nice. Like they produce a very nice sound upon full throttle or full thrust. It's really cool. Wish I could fly on an L-1011, but I think Delta retired these way back in like 2000, like the early 2000s, kind of like around that 2001, 2002 time range, right? I guess. But yeah, really cool aircrafts, I'll say. And then there's your L2 door right there. And then you also got your various like details right there alongside the main landing gear. Moving on to the top view of the aircraft. So here's the top view. I love on what they did with the top view. I mean, it's like dusty, but it's been sitting on a shelf for like a while, but yeah. But you got all the various like details from the slats. Can I mention about all like the chrome details? So the spoilers, the fairings, the slats, and possibly the flaps are chrome, which I think that's amazing for NG Models to add some chrome details on these like slats and all the various details. I think that's what the actual aircraft looked like during its operations. But I think what remains like matte gray and like a matte gray almost like and a simple gray is somewhere over here. It's kind of like the cold soak fuel frost area. So really cool that NG Models was able to replicate that on this model right here. Moving on to the back area, you got your L3 door right there, situated way close to like the L4 door, this tiny L4 door in this case. You got your US flag right there and the aircraft registration, November 725 Delta Alpha, which apparently it's the sister ship of 726 Delta Alpha, which was the aircraft involved in Delta Flight 191 at Dallas Fort Worth. So quite interesting that NG Models decided to do this model right here, but I digress. I mean, like, it's a very cool model. Either way, this aircraft in particular did not have an incident throughout its career with Delta Airlines, and I'm talking about 725. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, you got your APU right there. So, well, I'm not sure where the APU is on this aircraft. Probably like around here, I guess. Not really quite sure. But you got your horizontal stabilizers, which are also chrome too. So let me just position it like this. I think it's made like around the outside areas, kind of like in the elevators right there. That's chrome. So that's very cool that NG Models added that. There's your bottom antenna right there. And then you got the Delta Airlines logo on the L-1011's tail with the ship number. And then there's your S-duct engine right there. So really cool on how the L-1011's design is like this. So you got the Tristar logo. It's one of like the most recognizable tri-jets. But this tri-jet in particular has a very cool looking S-duct. So it runs like the front of the engine or the cowling runs all the way from here. And it goes all the way down here. And this is where the actual engine is. So there's the exhaust of the engine right there. And yeah, really cool on how the engine is like placed at the very back on this S-duct design engine area. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft. Very nice looking front section. Of course, you have various like cockpit windows right there. Engine fan blades also look very nice as well. And I also like the fact that they did not add an engine because once again, the engine is all the way right there. So great work on NG Models on that. Moving on to the starboard section of the aircraft, let me zoom out. So of course you got your R doors right there, so R1, R2, R3, and R4. You got your forward cargo bin, which I'm guessing it's, oh wait, there it is. Forward cargo bin, excuse me, right there. So yeah, it's right there, forward cargo bin, and then there's your aft cargo bin right there. And I'm moving on to some other details, so let me just position her. So here's the top details like that, like the top view of the aircraft, so various details right there. Moving on to the bottom section, you got more details at the bottom. A lot of like chrome stuff on this aircraft, so really cool. You got your stand hole right there and your bottom antennas right there. There's two bottom antennas. Moving on to the front section, so here's the front section. Looking very nice right there. And then moving on to the back section, here is the back section of the aircraft. So overall, very nice model from NG Models, and yeah, really glad to have these. These Delta L-1011s are very hard to find. And yeah, they really sell out like hotcakes. So I think from the July 2022 batch, all these L-1011s were sold out, and it kind of like took a while for me to actually get one. And yeah, here it is. It's now in my collection, and overall, they did a very fantastic job on this L-1011. This is my only L-1011 model in my collection. I hope I could try to get a TWA one or a Pan Am one, but yeah, we'll never know when NG will release another American registered L-1011. But other than that, I do have this Delta L-1011, so that counts. So that's it for this review, but we're not done yet, as we're going to get into the background information about this particular aircraft. So with that being said, let's get into the background information about this L-1011. Alright, let's go over the background information about this Delta L-1011, registered November 725 Delta Alpha. So as I pull up some information on Airfleets, we do have some information right here. So we have the manufacturer serial number, which I think how Lockheed designs the serial number of the aircraft is really like unique. So as I read this, so the serial number of this aircraft is 193 Charlie-1162. Now I'm assuming, not really familiar with the 193 Charlie, but I think the 1162 is the actual ship number of this particular aircraft. So really cool on how Lockheed designs these kinds of like serial numbers. The aircraft type, of course, is the L-1011-1 Tristar. It also labels as 100 and 200, but this is a -1 in particular. And during its end of its life, this aircraft was 23.7 years, and the production site of this aircraft was in the Palmdale plant in California, so kind of like around SoCal. And this aircraft unfortunately was broken up in October 2002 at Mojave Airport, and this aircraft in particular was preserved in Agua Dulce, California, and in November 2002, and it was used as a film prop at the Agua Dulce movie ranch. So it's only the fuselage that's only displayed, so they did use this particular aircraft for a movie display, so kind of like a film prop. I think the first movie I researched this, but I think the first movie they featured this aircraft was in the I'm guessing it was the movie SWAT in 2003. So really cool on how this particular aircraft was able to have its fuselage preserved, but the wings, and I think the wings and the tail are pretty much like gone. And yeah, clearly right now this particular plane, it's sitting around like the open California desert. So here are a couple of photos I do want to show you guys. So here are the photos on November 725 Delta Alpha in its current state. And overall, once again, it's really nice to see that the fuselage is preserved. But yeah, the wings, of course, it's pretty much gone. But really cool to, hopefully, it'll be cool to like actually like get to see this particular aircraft. So really cool right there. So that is pretty much like the history, and this was out like last updated on May 20th. Well, not May 25, May 15th of 2023. And the delivery date of this aircraft was back in February 1979, more in particular, February 21st of 1979. So that's the day this aircraft was delivered. She was delivered to Delta Airlines, and she served with the aircraft until 1998 when this aircraft was withdrawn from use, and this aircraft was stored in Mojave on April 13th of 1998. And of course, this aircraft later got transferred to Air Associates, and yeah, they kind of took over. And this was back in June of 2001 when this aircraft was about to be used as a film prop, like a film prop. There we go. And the first flight date, I did not mention the first flight date of this aircraft, but the first flight date of this plane is February 3rd of 1979, and of course this aircraft has two Rolls-Royce RB211-22B engines. So that's it for the history of this particular aircraft. So overall, really nice to have this L-1011 in my collection. And yeah, it really does prove a pivotal asset for my Delta Airlines retro fleet. And overall, I'm really glad to have her in my collection once again. And yeah, a very awesome retro model. JJ Skippy actually has the bicentennial L-1011 from that same release from NG. So really glad to actually have the regular one and JJ having the bicentennial one. I think he already uploaded his video on his review of that model, so I decided to jump in and review the regular Libby version. So yeah, that is the Delta L-1011. Overall, I'm really glad to have an L-1011 in my collection, and hopefully I can build up my L-1011 in the future. I after going to the Tristar experience in Kansas City during the Airlines 2024, I feel like I do want to get more L-1011s in my collection. But other than that, this is my sole L-1011 model in my collection, and overall it looks very nice in 1/4 scale by Engine Models. So great work, Engine Models, on this Delta L-1011. Excuse me. So that's it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. Jeez. Whew. Been talking so much that I do need to take a breather. Whew, alright, here we go. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen any of my model playing content, so if you haven't seen, what am I saying? Okay. If you guys haven't seen all my model playing content, then you can click on that playlist and you can check out all my model playing videos from unboxings, reviews, and a whole lot more. So, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.